When you are happy, you enjoy the music, but when you are sad, you understand the lyrics. They say music is life's universal language. For Ada, it was more than that. When she was happy, music was just background noise, something to dance to, something that made long days feel shorter. But when sadness found her, every lyric suddenly became a mirror, reflecting the pain she carried inside. And that was when she truly began to understand the power of music, not just to entertain, but to heal, to teach, and to transform. Ada grew up in a small town, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone's business. She was known as the girl with the loudest laugh and the quickest dance steps. To her, life was simple. Songs on the radio were just beats and melodies, an excuse to sway her hips, to clap her hands, to lose herself in joy. She never thought much about what the artists were saying. But life, as it often does, shifted. Her father, the man who used to sing her lullabies, who teased her for being tone-deaf, who believed in her dreams, died suddenly. It was as if the world had snatched away its color, leaving her surrounded by shadows. For weeks she avoided music altogether. The thought of hearing a song they once enjoyed together felt unbearable. One afternoon, while sorting through his old belongings, Ada found a cassette player. Inside was a tape, dusty and forgotten. She pressed play, and a song filled the room. It was a song she had heard many times before, but this time the words hit differently. The lyrics spoke of loss, of longing, of trying to live without someone whose absence feels like a wound. Ada sat on the floor, tears streaming down her face, realizing for the first time that music wasn't just about rhythm. It was about meaning. That moment became a turning point. She began listening with new ears. Songs that once made her dance now made her think. Lyrics she once ignored now comforted her, whispered to her, held her hand in the silence of her grief. Through music, she discovered she was not alone. Someone out there had felt this pain before. Someone had put it into words, and those words were now helping her heal. Slowly, Ada found strength. She threw herself into her studies, worked with determination, and started journaling her thoughts. Soon, those journal entries turned into lyrics of her own. At first, they were messy, scribbled lines about sorrow and longing. But as time passed, her words gained rhythm. Her rhythm gained melody, and before long she was writing songs. Her music was different. It wasn't just for dancing, though it had its joyful moments. It carried stories. It carried truth. People who listened said her songs touched their hearts, that they felt seen in her words. Ada had become known not only as the girl with the loud laugh, but as the woman whose songs carried both joy and healing. Her journey taught her many lessons. She learned that happiness makes us enjoy, but sadness makes us reflect. That joy is light and fleeting, but sorrow digs deep, forcing us to search for meaning. She learned that music is a bridge, connecting our private struggles to the struggles of humanity. And she learned that every season of life has its soundtrack. Some songs are for dancing, others are for surviving. Both matter. Ada's story reminds us that life is not always about unbroken sunshine. Sometimes it is about storms, silence, and the song that gets us through. When you are happy, enjoy the music. Dance, laugh, and let it carry you. But when you are sad, don't run away from the lyrics. Listen to them. They may just hold the answers, the strength, and the hope you need to rise again. Because in the end, music doesn't just entertain us. Music teaches us how to live.